Hey there, Alex Castro here. So let's talk about transformation from a depth union perspective. So transformation, let's talk about it in a way that we all can understand. Transformation, the idea of being made whole through sacrifice. When we go and enter the transformation process, sometimes we are holding back, resisting this process because it is requiring us to look at ourselves within our five domains: mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, and relationally. So when let's put this into perspective. So Alex, my thoughts; Alex, his emotions; Alex, who he is physically; Alex as he relates to other people in relationship; and Alex as he relates to himself, interpersonal and intrapersonal; and Alex spiritually as it relates to meaning and purpose. Now, when I am entering the transformation process, I have to be very clear that this process is going to require sacrifice. Now, sacrifice can take different aspects, if you may, depending on the individual. Most of the time, sacrifice requires loss. And when we think about our five domains, we really are resistant to losing, to grieving, to have to endure and engage in this process, of which can be very painful mentally, emotionally, physically, relationally, and spiritually. So, when we are faced with a challenge to transform, or a challenge to evolve, a challenge to grow, we tend to be very resistant. And when we are resistant to change, resistant to transformation, we sometimes are just prolonging the inevitable, which is the loss. So when we do experience the loss, it becomes much more it becomes harder, because we have just been so resistant that now we become so attached that when it does pull away, or when we do have to be forced to let go, there's more challenges, because it's been because of our resistance, we are now paying the consequences financially, paying the consequences through either criminal charges, or it just shows up. The resistance just makes the transformation much more harder on ourselves. And so that's why, when we come from a depth psychological perspective, we have to understand the dualistic perspective of transformation. There's positive aspects of transformation, and there's also negative. It's almost the yin and the yang. We cannot go through the process and not acknowledge these two. And so when we go through transformation, we have to understand that we have to be with these two components of transformation. Think about the positive, the outcome, the evolving, the growth, as well as the suffering, the pressures, the breaking the mold as we go through this change that's going to be positive at the end, but it's going to be hurtful as well. And so when we work and we engage in the transformation process, we have to understand that it's going to take a toll, and we have to be with ourselves in those five domains as it pertains to our growth and evolution, into our individuation process. In therapy, whether it be group or individual, we tend to those different domains. Everything that you're going through mentally: what are my irrational thoughts? Everything I'm going through emotionally: what are the struggles, the grief, the loss, the pain, the hurt that I'm struggling with? And then physically, how is my body holding this resistance? Am I getting sick? Am I, getting depressed? Am I showing different ways that my body's keeping score of my inability to engage in the transformation process? Am I messing up, hindering, or sabotaging relationships? Am I needing to terminate relationships but not being mindful and holding on, and therefore it's causing more mental distress, more emotional pain. It's causing a lot of stress physically because I will not let go, or I struggle to let go and cry or grieve the loss of this relationship? Or is it because I don't know who I am? I lose meaning and purpose if I do engage in this transformation process, and I fear who I'm going to be. So, as we engage in the transformation process, we have to understand that we need to explore the intricate areas within these 5 domains, understanding and knowing that there will be a positive on the other side. And if there isn't a positive, there will be the opportunity for us to evolve and grow and become who we are meant to be. Again, Alex Castro with Life Recovery Centers. Hit like on this little snippet. Go ahead and share with other people, and be aware. I'll be posting some more as time comes. Thank you very much.